Well, what's poppin', y'all? It looks like Plaqueboymax is a little bit frustrated with how Twitch is running their platform, and he decided to call them out on it, mainly their discoverability, which has been a point of contention. I won't say issue because I don't necessarily think it's a full-on issue, but it's been a point of contention with many people in different eras of streaming for at least a better part of 7 or 8 years. So I'm gonna play you guys that clip from Max first, and then we're gonna get into the topic, which I feel is very interesting today.
There's no reason why to search and find new streamers. You can't, you have to go on other platforms. Twitch, you should be able to do that on Twitch. Do you know how many people know about streamers but don't know what Twitch is? Majority of people that know streamers. Your average normie doesn't know what Twitch is, bro. I promise you, gang. They don't know what Twitch is. And it's like, damn, but they probably know who Kai is, though. You get what I'm saying? They know who Plaqueboymax is. They know who Speed is. They know who FaZe is. They know AMP. They don't know Twitch, though. Facts. Just keeping a buck. It's true. And yeah, bro. So hopefully they implement that. But if not, I'll do it for them. And don't let me get overly rich. As soon as I touch 100 M's, I'm starting my own platform, Twitch. That ass. I'm telling y'all right now. Sorry. I love y'all. I'll take a contract. That ass. I will. Give me some hush money. Y'all shut up. Just like, who's a nigga who shut up?
So here, one thing that I feel like is not contradiction, but if he says the average normie, which is like normal person walking around, like if you just ask someone on the street, oh, who's Kai Cenat, they may know, right? And then if you say like, do you know what Twitch is? They may say, what the hell is that? However, if you ask them what YouTube is, they would know. Everybody knows what YouTube is. Or TikTok even. Everybody knows what TikTok is. And even if you just look at a website, like let's just look at the website rankings in terms of how popular the website is or how many visitors. So for Twitch, it's ranked at number 30 as of the past month, and globally. I believe it's globally, which is quite high. However, when you compare it to TikTok, which is number 15, and then you compare it to YouTube, which is number 2, Google is number 1, YouTube is number 2. There was a point where TikTok was actually at, I believe, number 1, and it had passed Google for people that like just looking up stuff on it. So that just goes to show Twitch is not that far behind, and Twitch has consistently been going up as of late. Now, the interesting thing about it is that the social media traffic to Twitch, 62% of it comes from YouTube, and then 18% comes from X, Twitter, and then everything else is quite negligible. I do think TikTok has a big impact in the brand awareness of Twitch, so a bunch of people may see the Twitch logo and they'll see the streamer on TikTok, but I don't know if they're converting directly from TikTok, although they may download Twitch afterwards and then hop on there. But if we're talking about direct conversions, X and YouTube is where most of that is happening, because YouTube allows you to have links. X allows you to have links too, but I think a lot of these streamers are just posting their stuff on X or when they're going live maybe, and that's what causes the people to go to the site. So the thing that Max is talking about is if the problem is that a lot of people don't understand or know what Twitch is, then why would having a discoverability in Twitch make that problem solved or solve that problem? Because if they don't know about Twitch, they're not going to be on Twitch to watch clips to discover somebody. I do think the clipping system is great. Twitch has their own clipping system, by the way, which funny enough, they've had it for forever, and people can post clips within Twitch and link it in different places, although it's not the same. People usually just they'll clip a particular Twitch streamer and post it in their chat to show them. It's disrespectful. It's not proper etiquette to post another streamer's Twitch clip in another streamer's chat. It's kind of like promoting somebody else. You are hijacking the stream, and it usually only happens if that person's talking about the other streamer and they know each other and they're within the same community. I think the expectation that Twitch, now the discoverability on Twitch is difficult. They've tried to do better things. For example, they have recommended categories now. They have recommended channels. They're kind of trying to do a For You thing. If you open Twitch on your mobile phone, you can kind of scroll through it like a feed and you see different streams, which is not the best thing because you're almost never going to run into a stream where somebody's like doing something crazy that's going to capture your attention as a hook in the first couple of seconds, like a TikTok or an IG reel is engineered to do. So that scrolling function is not like the greatest. However, I do think maybe a clipping, and I'm opening up Twitch on my phone right now as we speak. I think maybe like a clip tab within the Twitch application that has the same function as the homepage where you can just scroll through would be great, but they already have that. Like when I go to like on the Twitch on mobile, there's a following on the top left, there's live, and there's clips. If I go to clips, I can just scroll through this. And it shows me clips of people, most of which I'm seeing is people that I follow. Well, actually, I don't follow Plaqueboymax on this account, I don't think, on my helloyassine account. So yeah, I can just scroll through clips right here and watch them on Twitch. So the function that he's talking about exists. However, like I said, I think clippers are doing a huge favor for themselves and for Twitch because you're essentially advertising, you're paying to advertise to bring viewers to a platform that you are streaming on. So you're growing the platform. The platform's not paying you to grow them. They are paying you in proportion, maybe not proportion, but they are paying you in the end because if you bring a lot of people to their platform, they do have the ads and a lot of money making opportunity. Like Twitch, if you have even like 300 plus concurrent viewers on Twitch that are real and actually mess with you, you can make a good income enough to where you would only have to be concerned about streaming. So I don't know what Plaqueboymax is talking about like there, but I do feel like some streamers are like, damn, I'm putting in all this work clipping to get people to come to a platform and it's their first time on this platform. Like think about how many signups Akai Sinat has generated for Twitch, or how many first-time signups a Plaqueboymax has generated for Twitch. Like this probably in the, who knows, maybe 100,000 plus. And that is a lot of value for a company like Twitch. Like they're being built with these, they have like these guys wearing their jerseys, building up their platform. But also, I think the mainstream expectation of Twitch, which Twitch is the premier live streaming platform, I just don't think live streams are consumed in the same way that like a video on demand is consumed or a streaming service is consumed. I think that's really what holds, not what holds it back, but maybe what prevents it from being so mainstream, because people have a lot of obligations. So if they're like, well, I don't know when this person goes live and I don't know how long they're going to be live for, and I don't know what they're going to do when they're live, that stops people from watching somebody. But for example, like these events, I think these events work great for them because they say, okay, there's going to be a 3-day event and this is what it's going to be about, and it's going to start at this time on live and it's going to end on this time, or it's going to last for this long. And that's something that people can tune into. The reason why, like for example, let's just say TV or YouTube, for example, video on demand. They're like, okay, that's what the title and thumbnail of this video says. I know the duration of the video. I click on the video, and then if I feel like I've been misled or whatever the case may be, I click off and I watch something else, or I watch it and then I'm done. Or a TV show, for instance, they know what they're going to get. There's predictability. There's a time of week when it drops, or it all just drops at once. For example, like for Love Island has been a popular one with people. You know when it's going to happen, you know what's going to happen, and it's predictable. Twitch is a little bit unpredictable. And then I would say my last point is that Twitch grew initially as a community-based and community-focused gaming platform. Like the whole, and I don't remember who talked about this specifically, but they were saying like, yo, desktops versus IRLs, and people are saying like, yo, you're doing a desktop stream, when a desktop stream is just the normal stream. Like a live stream, it was a desktop stream. An IRL stream was the new thing that wasn't common. So it was built on gaming and communities around these games, so it was designed to be small. Like streamers within a game, for the most part, they kind of all knew each other. Now, I would say it's not all the way like that, but they, for the most part, like for example, like you talk about, oh, the 2K community, like they all knew each other. Everybody knew who streamed, and the community around Twitch was not so competitive. It was more like camaraderie, although there always was a tinge of people kind of like trying to use others. But it was like, hey, I'm done streaming, so let me host this person, which is actually a function that doesn't exist anywhere else. I don't know if YouTube definitely doesn't have it. Like someone's live streaming and then they send all all of the viewers that are watching them to somebody else. That's what a host, or I think it's called a raid now. So I think Twitch is doing a great job, but I do think you guys as streamers are doing an even better job of growing Twitch by how big you guys get and keep advertising your main platform as Twitch. Now, maybe there's a frustration where you guys are like, damn, we're growing this platform and we don't have any stake in it, but hey, listen, I think unless they collectively all come together and like demand, I don't know, like a percentage of Twitch or something, I think it's too far gone, dog. Like that's just the way I look at it. And I think Twitch, I don't know if live stream will ever be a mainstream form of consumption if it's not events based or sports based, just from the nature of people's schedules and from how sporadic certain streamers' schedules are, where they're just like, I'll just go live whenever. And so yeah, if it's a kid that's watching, that's cool, or maybe a college student that has a little bit more time on their hands. But for people with obligations, the lack of predictability is never going to be something that they commit to. And right now, it seems like for a bit of an older audience that didn't grow up or wasn't introduced to live streaming when maybe they were preteens or young teens, they look at it like, yo, this guy's making great content, but I would never watch a stream. Like, that could never be me, which I don't get that line of thinking, frankly. But a lot of people hold this. I remember seeing a tweet that had a lot of engagement that had shared that sentiment. Yeah, I don't think Twitch could do some things to make streamers more discoverable in their own platform, and I think they're trying to do that, but the solutions that have been offered are kind of difficult. The funny thing is, the best solution for a streamer to be discovered on Twitch is to get big via clips or outside of Twitch to build at least a base. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.